you're no stranger to Toronto. What do you love about Toronto?
I love everything about Toronto, and this is a true story. I'm not just kissing ass right now. Every time we come to, I'm supposed to go to Montreal tomorrow. I'm postponing it, waiting another day to go. This is actually, I've been to every city all over the world. This is my favorite city out of everywhere that I go. There's, first of all, the nicest hotels, the nicest people. The media here is great. There's just so many cool things to do here, and I love this city. And even the cold. Look at it. I'm walking around like this without a jacket. The cold doesn't even bother me. That's how much I like this city.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I can't even believe that. So, gosh, there's so many questions to ask you, and I know only in a couple of minutes of your time, but I wanted to find out what you feel about the NCAA and if you think or hope that one day they'll be feeding you fighters for the future, and not just in wrestling, but supporting the MMA.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's no doubt that NCAA wrestling is huge. You know, a huge place for talent to come up for the UFC, and wrestling is such a powerful base in mixed martial arts. But you know, what I'm really hoping for someday is that there's an amateur mixed martial arts association out there.
Yeah, that would be really, really awesome. So with the amalgamation of the WEC and the UFC, how do you intend to, you know, keep that integrity and keep it real and legit so that it doesn't end up like the WWE, the bigger and bigger that it gets?
Yeah, no, it'll never end up like the WWE. We're completely different than what the WWE does. We're real, they're fake. What we're more like is we're more like boxing, and I don't want to become like boxing either, in that, you know, as fragmented and as messed up and as bad of a perception with the fans that boxing has. We don't want to become that, and that's what I'm working hard to stay away from.
And you are a hard worker and truly a sports visionary. Did you ever imagine when you know, got control of the UFC 10 years ago that it would be like this, or has it surpassed your visions? Has it?
Well, you know, we got into this thing obviously because we loved it and we believed in it, you know, and the question always is, you know, it's always about timing. You know, you could have the right idea at the wrong time. Timing has been on our side and everything has worked out perfectly. But our goal always was, we believed that this was a sport that people would love all around the world, and what we wanted to do was turn it into a sport. And to do that, you have to make it that everybody's playing by the same rules. For instance, soccer. Same game of soccer you play here, we play in the United States, you know, England, Spain, you know, you name it. So that's what we've always been driven to do, is get everybody playing by the same rules.
What does, as a visionary, what does UFC 500 look like to you?
You know, it's funny. You're the first person to ever ask me that, but the question always used to be UFC 100. You know, and I never really thought about it, but because UFC 100, it was a huge event for us. It was huge. So I would have to say that UFC 500 will be pretty big.
Do you predict at all? Do you have any predictions for 124?
I think it's going to be listen, first of all, I think they're both completely different fighters than the guys who fought last time. Last time before they fought, Josh Koscheck said, I've forgotten more about wrestling than George St. Pierre will ever know. And one thing that George St. Pierre does, he chews wrestlers up and spits them out. He out-wrestled him. He's out-wrestled any wrestler he's ever wrestled here. And this time, Koscheck's going to be ready for that and not so cocky about his wrestling. So this is going to be an interesting fight. This might end up being a stand-up fight.
Do you have any idea who's going to be on the card in 131 in Toronto?
I don't know yet, but I promise you this. You know what a big event this is and how much it means to us. We're going to blow the doors off this city.
Yeah, and you guys obviously have broken a lot of records here in Canada. Are you going to be selling out the whole Sky Dome? Is it going to be 35,000? Is it going to be the whole thing? What are you thinking?
I don't know yet. And yes, you're right. Every record that we've ever broken, including this weekend, we're setting a record. The most attended event in North America and the biggest gate ever in the history of the world for mixed martial arts, and I guarantee you 100% that all those records will be broken on April 30th, 2011 here in Toronto. I don't know how big we're going to go or exactly how we're going to do it yet, but trust me, it'll be good.
We are so looking forward to it, and thank you so very much for your time today, Dana. Not enough, though.
Thank you.
But thank you.
I appreciate it.
Oh, very nice to meet you.
You too. Pleasure. Thanks.